Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been a while since my last upload, so I'm speaking to you from another new location, Sarajevo City, the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina. I've already been here about 1 month and will be staying until the end of May. Before I arrived here, I was in a small but gorgeous city called Makarska on the coast of Croatia for about 3 weeks. For your viewing pleasure, I present you with an interview from my dear friend Eric. The two of us have been close friends ever since we first met in college. And you could say we've been through thick and thin together, and share a lot of good memories. We've really seen the best and worst side of each other in many different situations, but to this day continue to love and support one another through all the ups and downs.
Well, my name's Eric. I go by Woo Woo for those who don't get to know me closer. That's a nickname I've got in the streets. Also, pronouns he, him, his. I'm a loving guy. I'm the type of person, whatever you give me, I give back. You love me, I'll give you hugs and kisses. You give me shit, I fucking might beat your ass. So, but that's how it is. One thing I've noticed myself, I am a huge freak when it comes to time usage. If I waste time doing something, then I feel like my whole day was wasted. Or if there's something I have to do or get on time to, I try my hardest to do things and get to certain places or events on time. Born and raised in Washington, Southeast baby, Southside baby. Went to college in West Virginia, experienced a lot out there. Experienced racism for the first time. Experienced a culture shock also. I also experienced alcohol. And then I've also seen stuff outside of from what I knew from living in DC all my life. I've never seen trees as big and beautiful. Air was different. I can tend to be a hothead, but I've worked on it. I can be tentatively a smart ass at times. I'm a caring person. People who are down and out, people who need advice, talk to. I'm a loving person. I like to see people do well. I don't like seeing people do bad, down, giving up on life. Something that I had to learn myself from other experiences. I had to learn how to love before I could give love out to anyone else. With my job, I work retail, so I see a lot of people throughout my day, throughout my life, talk and see through different personalities. I actually make some good connections while working and talking to people. I believe in it's not in what you know, but who you know. I would say since working at my current job, I've made some meaningful connections, and I believe in the more connections you have, the more stability you can go forward in life. Not saying that's like my goal to have a whole bunch of connections, but I believe in being entwined and being around like-minded or opposite of myself, because also you can learn from opposite of people. I have friends who are die-hard Republicans. We might agree a lot of things, but we see eye to eye on a lot of different stuff. Life, we see eye to eye on music, we see eye to eye on sports, and eye to eye on dating and stuff like that. Not so much, but there's probably a good stuff we have some similarities to. So I just believe in meaningful connections with people who also just give good energy. Anybody I can get good energy from, positive energy from, I take it, I embrace it. Not only with people I see in and out the store, my co-workers. I don't talk to everyone, but there are also people who I really have a close connection with. We have a lot of similarities, we joke, we laugh, we make work fun, despite everything that's going on in the world right now. We see the bright side on a lot of things. I also get a lot of advice from the older crowd, because I believe wisdom leads to more understanding of everything that's going on. So, especially the older generation, I love getting advice from them. It's something I can take for myself and I can spread it to my maybe future kids, my nephews. Oh yes, I'm an uncle, by the way. And something I can take with me in my everyday life. You know, what's so crazy? I think about this every day, especially in my younger 20s. I envision myself, decent job, paying well, house or apartment, car, maybe in a stable, loving relationship, good relationship with my family, good relationship with my mom, good relationship with my dad. See myself exploring more than what I see on an everyday basis. Meaning, instead of just being stuck within this tri-state area, experience more, travel, me going outside of America also. I want to see different cultures, different lifestyles, different ways of how people in their upbringing and how they were in their childhood. I think about this every day, and I sometimes overthink it, and it's a lot of times wishful thinking, but I try to make it a progress every day towards my goal. Yeah, that's something I think about every day. I see myself in a positive light and hopefully in a good standing point by the time either I'm 6 feet under or, I don't know, maybe my next healthy relationship. I'm still thinking and exploring, but I think my main purpose in life is, I think right now is just being a loving friend, a loving uncle, nephew, you know, a good son, you know, just being a kind-hearted person all the way around. In life, still getting there. But that also brings us back to, like, you know, when I talk to a lot of people in my job, especially my manager. Shout out to my manager. He's been and seen through everything. And a lot that he tells me and talks to me about, I take it and I apply it to my everyday life. A lot of people find their way turning their life around, even at a late age, which really doesn't matter because you can be ageless and still be a full life ahead of you. So, you know, like I said, right now, being a loving friend, uncle, son, you know, but in life, I'm still getting there. But with all the advice I'm getting, I would like to help everyone. Not only with the business mindset I have coming up, but, you know, I want to see a lot of change in the world. And not just from home. I want to see it everywhere. And I feel like if I can at least be a part of changing it, then I've done my part. It may not be significantly a Nobel Peace Prize or nothing recognized for, but as long as I know I've done something right and good has come out of it, I've done my job. Well, some are a little different, especially with my upbringing and stuff that I view. A lot of things, being a Washingtonian 30 years of my life, born and raised in DC, seen a lot, good changes, bad changes. How can I put this? Well, let me just start here. Being a black man in America is hard on its own. I face trials and tribulations every day, even if I don't want it, but it still comes to me. Being in DC, it's different because a lot of the city is now was Chocolate City, but now it's called Cappuccino City because of all the different you know, races, nationalities, people with different backgrounds are all coming here. But I feel like the change that I'm seeing now is more bad than positive. And for my purpose, I want to bring change, but also include every person of color, especially Washingtonians, you know, to come together and do things as a collective. For an example, first off, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, rapper, entrepreneur. He was a great humanitarian, gave back to his community. He's a strong business mind man. He had a successful business, the marathon. Unfortunately, we lost him back in 2018. I like to take what he's done and I want to apply it to what I want to do. I want to build black-owned businesses. I want to have low-income housing for people who can afford $1,500 a month rent in luxury apartments in which no one can afford now. I want to have something where I can leave something for my family, my nephews, my future kids, my future partner, whoever it may be. It's something that I can call my own and not really have someone wait to give me. Number one, loyalty. I feel like nowadays that really doesn't exist in most people, but that's also who I bring into my circle and who I bring in around me. I'm a loyal person. Something you need, I will try to help you and get it. Can't make any promises, but I will do my best to make sure it gets done. Hardworking outside of work. I'm hardworking on doing things in my everyday life. Hardworking at my job. I do stuff that other people probably wouldn't do. Also, compassion. That's something that I also dive on. If you have no compassion in anything, even if it's just, something you just get up and just going to work every day, or you're going to go for a run, or just have compassion for another person, that's something that I thrive on as well. Laughter. I think laughter is a great medicine. It brings joy, it brings happiness, it brings a sense of relief. I love to laugh, and I love to make people laugh. I think it's a great thing. Also, emotion, and by that I mean showing yourself without having such of a wall. I have a huge wall, and it takes me a while, especially to get to know someone new. I don't show much emotion, and then when I do, that's when I know I can trust a person. And emotion, I expect it to come naturally. It shouldn't be forced. And also, it's okay to cry. And I hate the stigmatism that men don't cry. That's masculinity bullshit. I don't believe in that. I believe in it's okay to cry, because men cry. Stuff, we hurt, we bleed, we go through stuff just like anyone else. And I feel as though if I can cry in front of you or you cry in front of me, I know that, a good heart is in there somewhere. I used to have a huge time showing emotion and my vulnerability, because I'm like, oh, men don't cry, men don't show emotion, that bullshit and everything else. That was me, and I will also say that it's something that I'm working on, and it's something that I don't show quite often, but if it happens, then it happens. I don't hide behind it. I don't hurry and wipe off my tears or turn around and be like, all right, what else is new? What else is next? Denzel Washington. Outside of him being a great actor, he's a great motivational speaker, give great quotes. Motivate myself to actually do something well and do it right. I motivate myself to get up and go to work every day. I motivate myself to think of a longevity life plan. I motivate myself to work on my diet. I motivate to bring good changes in my life. A lot of things. I really struggle with showing and giving love. I never knew what it was to give and show love. I struggle with that because I was ashamed of myself. I didn't view myself as a good person. I didn't feel like I was a person that I could ever find love or be loved by someone outside of family. I'm still learning how to do it, but that's a struggle I kind of struggle with on an everyday basis. I'm taking steps, doing research, going to therapy. One day I can give my whole heart, but right now I'm closed off to the world. And also learning to accept my faults. I try to be myself as a perfect person when it shouldn't have to be, but I'm trying to give myself, if I made a mistake, it won't be the biggest thing in the world or the biggest fault, but it's something that I have to live with. Whether it's being work, home, when I was in school, or my relationship life, anything that I've done wrong or been wrong or been told I was wrong, I had a hard time trying to accept it because I always want to be right, try to be right, and be perfectionist. But I shouldn't be always trying to strive to be perfectionist because You know, we all have flaws and things that we're not going to be good at, and I need to learn to accept that and move on with that. I always try to check in on people, even if we don't have a conversation. I'll text say, hey, how you doing? Hope everything is well. Hope to talk to you soon. I try to give out good energy or a positive message to people who are down and out, or just, you know, something that people just need to read. You may never know, somebody might need a nice light in their life and something may come good out of it. You know, like, hey, remember that quote you sent me, or remember what you said last time? That really helped. I always try to be there and show that, hey, we may not talk every day, but I still love you. And hopefully soon we can connect and catch up on life and kick back and remember our old days. So we'll see. I was very introverted growing up. Never was really sociable. I still kind of have my ways, but I've outgrown it, also because of my job. But I've learned to be more open and talk, and also if I feel like there's a problem or something that I feel like there could be changed, I speak it out. It may not be right, but I want to find the right solution to what the situation is going on. So I'm more, not necessarily outspoken, but open to talk and learn the steps to get it to the finish line. I'm more open, and if there's a problem that I don't understand, I ask. Especially when I was in school. Anything, I'm like, I don't want to seem like annoying, or I don't want to seem like I'm stupid, and I would do like the dumbest thing and cause my grade to fail or something like that. But now, it's something that I don't understand, I ask, and if they feel as though something I can't get it, then I'll ask the next person. You know, there's always gonna be an answer to anything in life. It may not be now, but it will be there. So, like I say, if there's a problem that I feel like it needs to be addressed or I can't understand, I ask. I'll kind of say I talk to my big brother, not biological, but I call him a big brother for advice. He's taught me he's still teaching me about everyday things, because there's a lot of stuff I didn't know about growing up. And the stuff that he tells me, I'm like, wow, I never knew that. Or I take it with a grain of salt and I see it progress in my everyday life. Also, I would say, as far as a place, this right here. It's quiet, not too much noise. I hear, though I hear cars, but I hear the birds. There's a duck right there, you know. Stuff like this, it gives me a sense of calmness, and I can see myself like, you know what, today's not good, but tomorrow's gonna be better. I may not be good right now, but I can be good tomorrow. Or I may be down right now, but it's gonna be a better tomorrow. Stuff like this, I stop and I think, you know, and it's bring me back down to earth. I would say be better in choices. Being better in choices, like I said, I would do and say first thing on the top of my head, but now I have to stop, think things through, then act on it. I can't always just jump head first and expect a good result at the end of it. I'm a turtle in the race between the rabbit. I have to stop and think before I make an action. So I would say I'm making better choices for my future.
Eric defines meaning primarily around his connections and relationships with other people, sharing positive energy between himself and others, connecting with the whole spectrum of people, from like-minded to opposite individuals, and learning from the wisdom of older generations are how he enjoys connection and relationships. Eric's purpose at the moment is being a loving friend, son, and uncle, and being a kind-hearted person all around. Eric emphasized that people can change their ways or discover a deep sense of purpose at any age in life. He talked a lot about the vision he has for his life, which includes some material things and measures of status or success, such as a stable job, house, and his own car, but also things like a family of his own and more loving and healthy relationships. Eric also really wants to see and experience more of the world, particularly other cultures. Eric's values are loyalty, hard work, compassion, and laughter. Speaking from personal experience, Eric really is a joyful, humorous, and energetic person. Like myself, he often feels and displays strong emotions, which he mentioned as one of his last values. To him, being emotionally vulnerable and authentic by showing oneself without too much of a wall is very important. I've got to admit this is one of my own personal values and tendencies, which probably explains some of our close friendship. We provide a lot of positive energy for each other, and are also able to be authentic about our feelings in each other's presence. Eric is inspired by the words and example of people like Denzel Washington, and he is mostly motivated by the process of doing something well and to the best of his ability, by working on himself through things like dieting, and by making long-term plans for the future. Eric mentioned that he really struggles with showing and giving love, mostly due to an internalized feeling of shame and the belief of not being a good enough person. Learning to accept his faults and let go of some perfectionist tendencies is something that is difficult, but that he is working on at the moment. Checking in with people, sharing a positive message to support them, and showing people he still cares is a way that Eric has grown a lot as a person. This is especially significant given his introversion at a younger age. He's become more open to handling conflicts with others by talking about them and also asking people for help when he needs it. Eric is grounded by his big brother figure, who gives him a lot of advice and teaches him many things. He alluded to nature and beauty, giving him a sense of calmness and hope, grounding and reminding him that he may not be feeling good at the moment, but tomorrow will definitely be either a better or at least a different kind of day. Eric has lately been pursuing a more meaningful life by making better choices and being more conscientious of what he says and does. I was extremely encouraged to hear from Eric very recently that therapy has been going really well for him, and he is starting to open up a lot more and see a lot of results and benefits. He even took the time to share some heartfelt appreciation for our friendship and the non-judgmental space it's provided for him to express himself, keep going when things are hard, and focus on his own growth. I want to thank Eric as well for all of the value he has brought to the table in our friendship. Eric is a loving and supportive friend who really welcomes and values authenticity and is not afraid of other people's emotions. He responds to even a little bit of positive energy from others with tremendous reciprocity and generosity. He's always been there for me in some of my hardest moments and listened to quite a bit of complaining over the years with empathy, patience, and open-mindedness. I am so excited to see what lies in store for you, Eric, on your journey as you forge your own path in life. I think we've both been going through a lot of changes while we were apart and I was in Japan, but I'm thankful our friendship has remained rock solid and that our independent growth is still contributing a lot of love and appreciation for one another. I hope someday we get to travel like you mentioned, Eric, and experience other cultures together. Hey, if you enjoyed today's episode, please like the video, consider leaving a comment or sharing on social media, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Also, don't forget to hit the bell notification if you are subscribed and you'd like to know when I release new videos. Until next time, go deep, go wide, be present, and thrive. Peace.